Did I hear that right? Monsieur Neuvilette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
That's right.
No, but why?
Neuvilette! Sedine! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
Traveler in Paimon, please help me talk our chief. This is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a
Thank you for your concern, but I currently have no such plans. Oh, apologies.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've...
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
And then...
That is all the information I have
Huh?
I have no idea. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials.
Thank you for understanding.
Then I shall return to my post for now. Should anyone visit while you are...
Judging from Sedine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so special about this case?
I cannot tell you just yet. There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all.
Come on, stop being...
It is not my intention to keep you in the... Long story short, there were few people I could trust. But I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine.
They must have been amazing.
Indeed. Unfortunately, the reforms damaged the interests of the incident resulted in Carol taking all Melusines. I granted their wishes when many common folk believe that I share some of them. I have nothing against the opinions of others. It is already...
Even there's the guards, the Maréchaux...
Based on prior experience, the political system of Fontaine. However, since I am...
Outsider? But aren't you the chief...
I understand where you are You know very well about my true identity. Even though I was born taking on the role of chief, I have lived in Fontaine for a long time. But I do not belong here. That is why I call...
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation? Let's team up and round up all the bad guys. Oh, Paimon's starting to get a little...
Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain a better understanding of the situation.
So Neuvilette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but Paimon feels like he has a kind of... Paimon's been thinking. You called yourself a fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Ugh. That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
Kiara.
Huh? Monsieur Neuvilette! Oh, I remember. You're the travel...
I heard from Sedine that you received a
A threatening letter. The letter fell through the crack in my... But Sedine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna...
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious?
Did you think of something?
Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone like that.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me what it says. Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in... A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything about the writer's intent. We can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Memorial. Kiara, you should come with us.
Sure! Wait, no.
But you are being watched right now. Going off on your own could be dangerous.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe. With us around any...
Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon.
Oh.
All right, let us go our separate...
We'll take her to a last place. So, Kiara, how old are you?
Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to the Court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvilette. That must have been a long time ago.
Carol? Didn't Neuvilette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would Paimon be a big sister to you?
My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis.
Huh. Paimon sees. Hey, Traveler, did you hear that? Strange. Paimon felt like someone was following us.
Olaf!
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two...
Oh, they're the Traveler and Big...
I thought so. What brings you here? All right. Guess I shouldn't have asked.
May I begin in...
Of course.
No.
That was quick. What were you inspecting?
I took a look around the shop. Neuvilette says that Osmela things like bloodstains. No matter how...
All right. Now that, hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month.
Of course! Is there anything I need to do?
Please wait a moment.
Seems like they get along really well. Huh? What are you looking at? Is there really someone watching us? Shh!
Strange. Why isn't he back yet?
Gotcha! Charlotte, what are you doing? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon.
Threat letter? What threat letter? This is starting to feel like an interrogation.
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not, but it's not an easy task to accomplish. So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
I see. Well, If you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. Oh, what a shame. In exchange, could you...
All right, then.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Shh! Not, it just so happens. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? But I gotta warn you.
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvilette's each and every move. Some may... Anyway, I'll get go...
Well, that was a nice chat.
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
I think it's great!
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Haran! What are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvilette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases. I happened to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk about.
Ah, Neuvilette sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvilette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands. Come on, let's go find Neuvilette.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into
That is good to hear.
We thought so too!
I've been looking over the case. I've come up with 2 plans. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a...
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing through all these documents? That's a lot of reading even for Paimon.
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
We'll help you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room. Have you made any progress?
We skimmed through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful. Oh, there are so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you handled?
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise calculation myself. If memory serves me right, there should be...
Whoa, that's a...
That might be how it seems from another. There are many All right, let us take a break then.
Even the resting is... All the silence is making Paimon feel really awkward.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mermonia for matters outside of work. To be quite honest, I am not sure what we should do. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps?
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Neuvilette likes to drink. Oh, maybe he's a fan of real... He seems like the type of what's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon thought you'd prefer something more...
This water is indeed very special.
Huh?
I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water. Said water is sourced from all across Tevat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Qingce Village. Here is one of their latest products. Water, if I were to comment on their mouthfeel... the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart. The waters of Qingce Village have a poignant touch, while one might call the waters of Konda Village placid. Distinct differences exist between the waters of each area. You will appreciate their intricacies once you taste them carefully.
Really? Let Paimon try!
What do you think?
Nope.
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go in refining your tastes.
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. How did you do it anyway? Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon? We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in human society? Sorry. Paimon was just curious. You don't have to answer.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out
Questions?
many, in fact. In essence, I neither know why. For a long time, my memory was rather... Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer.
True.
I have been holding on to these but there is one thing my guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing...
Have you made any progress then?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As announced, that's why I'm quite thankful for...
Are we gonna continue reading the...
I wasn't able to find any leads.
Water? Do you mean...
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where... If there really were, perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the... Perhaps we should go.
Monsieur Neuvilette?
I probably shouldn't disturb them.
Looks like we got lucky today.
Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me.
A safe distance? Whoa, it's glowing! Thank you for bringing up the Court of Fontaine.
I understand your excitement, but although I have responded to your wishes,
I know, but not only can I repay you for your kindness,
but a meaningful life.
it's definitely the safest to just stay in the village. In truth, I've never really understood for almost 20...
I understand you. I too came here for...
Really? The truth is...
Logically speaking, both different identities and ways of thinking there aren't many suggestions I can share.
Oh, I'm confident that we'll find...
I believe in you, but you shouldn't...
Huh?
Yes?
That stone-faced human...
He is an earnest.
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh. Hello, I'm Carol, a Melazine. Is there anything you need help with?
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards!
Please, calm down.
Hard.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters. Haven't you realized? Strange incidents have been increasing ever since they came.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Neuvilette allowed them into the Court of Fontaine just like that.
Exactly. That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but
Go away! Quit acting innocent!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him. We joined the Maréchaussée Phantom and solved lots and lots of cases. We've never done anything wrong.
Solving cases? With Neuvilette in cahoots with you. So tell me, how can...
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a...
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjust, there have indeed been an increasing...
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah, I don't understand. Why won't anyone believe us?
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity. There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine.
Monsieur Neuvilette said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I still want to try a little harder. Okay,
Give them to me.
You're not gonna take them away, right?
We'll hand them out together.
Neuvilette. What's...
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin. Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward in helping Melusines gain the...
I think I'll...
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. It won't be long before Melusines begin living peacefully with the humans. Just the thought of it makes me happy.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before that dream of yours comes true.
You blockhead! Don't ruin the mood!
Vautrin brings up a good please be on your guard for the next few days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvilette, even with all our powers combined.
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out personally. There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere. Unless he wants to become an enemy of fun. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the Melusines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine, Neuvilette will be left with no
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never...
Turn the murderer in!
Melusines can't be trusted! That goes for Neuvilette, too!
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back!
The results of the investigation are in, Captain Vautrin.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime, whose interests have been undermined by the reform. They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur Neuvilette confess to his mistakes and yield up power. The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself to pacify the situation.
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth? She didn't have to prove her innocence.
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between
That is indeed
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results?
There's no need.
Restrict access to...
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister. She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily...
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. In fact, some of her I should have known. Can you understand how I feel?
I understand, but I'm certain...
That's exactly why we need to keep... I will take responsibility for everything.
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol and settled the... I'm thinking... we should try our... Bail him out?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both votes. Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvilette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Neuvilette will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve.
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This Please, think about it. If the same thing had happened— Yeah, that's right!
This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol.
Monsieur Neuvilette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent! He's innocent!
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, I understand your personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. Therefore, you will be declared.
What?
That can't be! Monsieur Neuvilette, please give this up.
Vautrin.
Neuvilette, what have I done to deserve this? Is this what justice means?
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the oratory... According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vautrin will be declared.
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvilette.
This all happened because of Carol's...
How can different
Hey, stop spacing out! What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Apologies, it seems like I tried my best to suppress the power due to my negligence. The overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well. Are you all right?
Wow. Anyways...
It is as you said. It is not only the
That sounds odd.
but I rarely ever do anything like... Which ones? It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those... It was a coincidence, but you should now understand what...
Paimon's starting to... Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation.
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating I did not sense too much hate. I don't know what caused this to happen. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara.
Oh! Didn't we read about that in...
You've read about it. In that case, the resentment should have come...
Huh? What are you doing here? I was just...
Navia! Nice to see you again!
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're investigating the case. So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only...
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could...
You know, anyway, any progress with...
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case. We are planning to return to the Palais Marmonia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that...
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their progress. Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Neuvilette, do you think there'll be...
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the Melusines. I hope the same won't happen again. Let us head back to the Palais.
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a Melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
What? That's it! Who's been threatening—
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal... That's exactly what... Think about how much we owe them. Everyone, please stay...
It feels like you've been following me.
We were informed. Nope.
Have you had dinner?
This isn't a good... Come on. Don't act tough.
All right. You shouldn't ever skip meals.
I heard even Neuvilette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted.
Seriously?
Were you planning to shirk your duties if Neuvilette wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been caught.
Come and fight me instead, you cowards!
Have you heard? Even the Special Patrol came to help.
Shh, look. Is it that Neuvilette? I think he's looking at us.
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna go over and say hi?
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mermonia. The faster we uncover the truth, the better. The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée Phantom. This is the one. The list of involved suspects should be... Ah, found it.
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meropide following trial. Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders but who did not participate in the case will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of his good behavior. All other personnel remain on our watch list.
So many names. Is the one who sent that threatening letter to Kiara on the list?
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin, to be precise. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much restriction.
Monsieur Neuvilette, someone claiming to be from the Spina Durasula just checked in with us. He said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect. They're chatting at the cafe."
Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly? We've only just figured out the suspect's name.
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here. We should head over and take a look.
Hey, Navia, we're here! Whoa. Check out all these people. Hey there, are you not—
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Maréchaussée Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Cendre, but I sent for someone to invite them over.
Invite them over?
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests.
Something, but... Oh, well. Let's get back to business. Is there anyone called Essin here?
Yes, that's me.
You're Essin?
Yes, Monsieur Neuvilette.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
I
I did, but I was just...
Orders from whom?
Domenico. He was my boss. I could...
Domenico? Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would... Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was as much as...
You've done more than enough. I'm extreme...
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Dominic if he really is the one setting up the conspiracy.
All right, then. Let's head to the fortress right now.
Monsieur Neuvilette?
Welcome to the Fortress of Meropide, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself!
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss. Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and... I do remember a thing or two about Dominic.
Who does this guy think
He once... To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator.
He's got the same concerns we do.
I'm concerned about this incident because something's...
That's an easy one.
Oh, did I hear someone say Melusine? What happened? Siegeween! Yeah, and we're investigating. Really? Is Kiara gonna...
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still...
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal?
Writhsley.
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your only demand.
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. Thanks for the trouble.
Whoa! If Paimon were the Duke, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something really important.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter but enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and bring him to... Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Please come with me to the infirmary. Ah!
think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone... Paimon's not that thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll... Typical Sijun. Concerned about everyone's health as always. Why aren't you two saying anything?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked
Familiar? Paimon didn't, but if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here and wait for news from...
Anything you need? Oh, this?
What's that?
We have a we have never had helping each other is our...
Sounds like a pretty
Always, but people won't...
Interested in if you'd like to learn more? Our slogan may... Here, this book is for you. You're welcome to come and...
You two look kind of familiar. It's the symbol of the Mutual Aid Network. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for myself. The first president of all of us have a lot of...
We should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and...
Anything you need delivered?
Did you manage to gather any intel?
The people, according to them,
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol and Vautrin. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should...
Oh! So the network with
Monsieur Neuvilette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office. He's...
All right.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman. Why don't you explain everything?
Neuvilette? What do you...
Calm down. Was it your idea to... Hassan has already...
That idiot!
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea to...
Yeah?
Who is pulling you...
What? You're not trying to frame...
It's best if you... I assume you are
I admit I acted on him.
I can do that.
You see? We're all...
I only intended to do some small business at first, after making a few trips, but I refused to accept any of that.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melazines? Over...
My initial target was Neuvilette. Everyone in the forces of Meropide was declared guilty by him after all. So they must more or less... But for some reason, in the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines. I recall that Kiara was the one who confiscated my goods, but the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Kiara and force her to resign from the Maréchaussée Phantom.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are...
No.
Is it true that all...
Yes. And that...
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later. So, Monsieur Neuvilette, you were concerned that there might be a...
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past.
And how long ago was the...
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of...
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines...
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up...
Monsieur Neuvilette, when people refuse to place their... For almost 500 years, people no longer have any Right now, you're...
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Dominique.
I am undeserving of... It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. It is unnecessary to...
There's no need to... You're no longer that
I must say that... Thank you for clearing my...
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too?
Thank you for the offer, but I know. Well, some are here to redeem them. The less time I spend here, the better.
In that case, I'll have to insist.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send that letter.
Ah, I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memoria's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on—
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your those from up there have a tendency to I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to—
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing.
The other thing was born from my own—
Yep. Neuvilette thought there—
I noticed the small gang as well. I've looked into their founder. According to existing documentation, in other words, how he—
What? During his trial, I could—
Perhaps he had been put—
An act?
Neuvilette and Vautrin had a close— Thus, the more resentment he'd— And to those who had been sitting on the fence. That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say? No.
I don't have anything to say. Well then, let us—
Please, take care.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials
What I really think is, every trial you've ever judged has left its impression.
That is indeed— As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence. I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Oh. Huh? It's raining! Oh no! Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Neuvilette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How
can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvilette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusines should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved.
By the way...
At the Palais Mormoni, I was worried that the...
What a relief.
Well, now it looks like to celebrate this...
That's not how you...
I will Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but come up with questions during the intervening day.
Yes!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to... I hope it will assuage... Kiara? It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught this...
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone...
Do you remember Domenico?
Let me think. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. In my dream, she looked really... I can't remember what her dreams were anymore.
I can sense your joy.
Oh, I almost forgot! Am I allowed to go out now? I promised to model for Alof.
Of course.
See you next time, Monsieur, Traveler, and Big Sis Paimon.
See you next time.